Hello YouTube, Totalhenry here, and I have a small 9-volume manga haul for you guys. Not a lot of books, but I think there are some really cool books. So the first 3 books I bought from eBay. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. So I picked up 3 volumes of Soul Eater, the Perfect Edition. Volume 1, this is Volume 2. I apologize for the glare, but what are you doing? Volume 3. And so I have not read Soul Eater. I read the first volume. I had the first volume back in singles a long time ago. I remember taking it to taking it to high school because, remember the first volume was just filled with, Blair Witch fan service. I remember showing it to my friend and we thought it was, super cool, or, boys in high school. And a girl saw it and called me like a pervert or something. But yeah, so I gave that volume away, or maybe I threw it away. I don't remember what happened to it. But I've recently been wanting to get back into Soul Eater, and I got these 3 volumes for like $30 on eBay, and I thought this would be a good way to get back into Soul Eater. These editions I think are really nice. They look like they're really well made. The paper quality has this glossy finish on here, which I was a little surprised by. I don't know why. I'm used to Viz Media and paper that feels more like paper. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to reading these, and if I like it, I will continue reading Soul Eater and probably buying more. Now, the last 6 volumes come from the Japanese bookstore Kinokuniya. I was there. It's a really cool Japanese bookstore. They have a lot of manga. Specifically, they have a lot of Japanese manga. And I was there with my friends last weekend or something. And or last weekend as of filming this. This is probably not going to be uploaded for a while. But so I went there. I told myself, New Year's resolution, I'm not going to buy any more manga, which clearly hasn't worked out. But I figured, it's a special occasion. I don't often go to this bookstore, so I might as well. So I wasn't going to leave empty-handed. So I bought 6 books, which was me holding back. So the first volume that I got, you want to see it? Is Hajime no Ippo, volume 130. I love Hajime no Ippo. I'm sure I've talked about this before. I feel like this should definitely get an English release. Other countries have a foreign language release, but I don't understand why English doesn't. The fact that it's long, I mean, it doesn't matter. People are going to buy it. But anyway, so I've been collecting the Japanese volumes, and I have maybe 20 or 30 of them. And I didn't want... They had a bunch of Japanese volumes that I didn't have, and I was tempted to buy, they had 130 all the way to 136, and I was tempted to buy all of them. But there were other books I wanted to buy, so I decided, I'll just get one, just build my collection up a little bit more. So 130. I am learning Japanese, so I can read some of it, and I hope to in the future be able to read, be fluent or be able to read it all completely. The next one is Volume 2 of Kingdom. So this is another series. I read this every single week. I'm actually a couple weeks behind, but this everyone knows about this manga. Really popular. No, sit still. And I have Volume 1 in Japanese. Again, this is another series that should be available in English. But I decided when I was there I would get Volume 2. I wanted to get a couple Japanese volumes. Again, I had to hold myself back from buying more than one because there were a couple English volumes that I wanted to get. So I decided, I'll just get two Japanese volumes. And I don't like buying Japanese volumes simply for the sake of buying Japanese volumes. Sometimes I do, but I'd rather buy a Japanese volume that it's not available in English right now. So maybe someday, someday I'm counting on being able to read Japanese. And right now, if you want to buy Kingdom, that's kind of what you have to do. Because I don't English and I'm learning Japanese. Those are the only languages I know, even though my Japanese is pretty bad. What are you barking about? Look at the camera. You don't want to look at the camera? You hot? This is Clyde. He's a special co-host for this video. And he's a little bit anxious, or I think he's a little antsy. I don't think he wants to be on camera. But we're going to hold him for now. Then the last 4 volumes of this haul are all in English. One Piece Volume 47, and then One Piece Volume 48. I thought I would buy some One Piece volumes. I read One Piece every week, but I'm a little bit behind, or a lot behind in buying, with the physical re-releases. And as I was standing there looking at all the One Piece volumes they had, I couldn't remember for the life of me which volume what was the last volume I had. I think it was something in the 30s. He's licking my face. Like right before the start of Water 7 and like the Davy backfight arc or something. I think that was the last volume I have at the end of Skypiea. But I decided, you know what? I like Thriller Bark. I know for a fact I don't have these volumes, so I just these were the ones I picked. Those kind of random. I thought about getting some later on, like in the New World, but whatever. I'll buy those eventually. Now the last 2 volumes are what I think most excited about. And I'll show them before I talk about them. Shigeru Mizuki's Kitaro. Let me say that right? Yeah. Kitaro. The Birth of Kitaro. I'm sorry, I know you don't want to be here, but the video's almost done. And then I got Shigeru Mizuki's Tono Monogatari. So I'm a huge fan of Shigeru Mizuki. I feel like his work doesn't get enough love, doesn't get enough credit. He's really famous for his yokai stuff. This is sort of his art style. He's a very old manga artist. Like he was a contemporary of Tezuka back in, what was the year, Clyde? I think like post World War II, like in the 60s or something. That was when he was working. And he's also written Showa, History of Japan, which I really love. Until now, I've mostly read his stuff about World War II because Mizuki, he fought in World War II and actually lost one of his arms in the Pacific Theater, and this was before he became a manga artist. So he drew all of these great manga with one arm, and you only need one arm to draw, but it makes it harder. You can't hold the paper down. But anyway, I've never read his yokai stuff. I've read, the History of Japan. I've read his biography of Adolf Hitler, which is really, really fascinating just to see a Japanese perspective on it. And again, someone who, sacrificed a lot in World War II. But, these are the things he's known for. I've heard people say that he's the most famous manga artist you've never heard of. And I believe, this character, Kitaro, is super well known in Japan, kind of like Superman is in America. That might not be a good comparison, but this book is a sort of a collection of Japanese folklore or something. It says the cultural equivalent of Grimm's fairy tales, and the original Tono Monogatari is the defining text of Japanese folklore and one of the country's most important works of literature, created during the later stages of Mizuki's career after he'd retired from the daily grind of commercial comics to create personal, lasting works of art. It weaves the original text with autobiography. As Mizuki wanders through the woods, he retells some of the most famous legends, manifesting the host of monsters, dragons, and foxes. It's also translated by Zach Davidson, who I actually met at Comic-Con, and he does really good work. He's translated a lot of Mizuki manga. Anyway, this just seemed fascinating. I want to read all of Mizuki's work. I think this video is just basically me, singing the praise of Mizuki. Hold on, Clyde, the video's almost over. I promise. I should let him go. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to talk about. If you haven't checked out any of Mizuki's work, you should check it out. If you want a dog and you don't have a dog, you should get a dog. But anyway, he's getting a little restless. He's 7 years old. He's kind of like a puppy. Anyway, I think that's it for the video. I'm doing my best to, you know, make videos, but yeah, whatever. I kind of do make the videos I want. I sort of do what I want. And so please like and subscribe, and maybe Clyde will be back in another video. Okay, Clyde, say goodbye.